the Daily Star now, and the woman who threw a milkshake at Nigel Farage is an Only Models fan. So what she did to him is not a million miles away from what she gets at work.
Racy model who chucked milkshake on Nigel Farage claims she made 40k since.
Hang on.
Well, exactly. So she
could
said
have thrown stuff at him every night. Why did we not?
I mean, it's a good point, but we don't look like her, I guess. She said she got 2,000. Well, Josh does. Josh does, of course. She said she got 2,000 more followers on each of her 2 subscription pages. Her name is Victoria Thomas Bowen, and Victoria currently has 2 online subscription pages. One that's charged at £6.29 a month, and the other, offering slightly more uncensored subscription, is £12.59 a month.
That's the one I went for.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And you can dial in and talk to her. Sometimes she'll talk back. I mean, I understand. Do you know what though? This is, for me, all this stuff. So I know we've got to be quite light about this stuff. She's attacked a politician who's on the campaign trail right now. I don't care who that is, and I get quite annoyed about this because it's quite a serious thing for me. If you were out there as a politician and under a threat of attack, and it's very easy to undermine this. If it, we would laugh. I would say I may have laughed if that had happened to anybody, and it, it's not that unamusing for some people that it happened to Nigel Farage, but it's quite a serious crime. And what's happened since is that she's been able to monetise this to her benefit by just selling subscriptions to people watching her nude on the internet.
It's the free market. It's the invisible hand. Which I think is something you can pay extra for. But, it's what they want, isn't it?
Well, that's it. She was charged with assault by beating, and there's a lot of beating. Anyway, so, but yeah, she was in jail for 8 hours. She's now been charged and for beating and criminal damage. And the question is, of course, what should the punishment be? Now, I agree with you, Paul. This is, there is humour here somewhat. I mean, she's fit and, ish. I mean, if you like that type.
She's no Josh Happy.
No, of course not. But at the same time, this does... I mean, she herself says it wasn't a publicity stunt.
She did, actually. Sorry, I agree with you. I meant to say that. But
she said, she called her mum and was like, I happen to have there's Nigel Farage and it happened before. That's the point. This stuff leads to, what, is it going to become a theme? And it's not a good thing to encourage. And so that's the whole point of having sentences and people going to jail, is because then it will discourage it. And when you actually see, yes, of course, it seems somewhat comical, but yeah, that could have been any substance, and it could be a much greater degree of violence that's then inspired. So
we have the Proceeds of Crime Act as well, don't we? Which means surely if she's made this money by committing a crime, Farage could be making some Onlyfans money. Could anyway, I'm sure.
And hopefully it'll be cash. Hopefully he demands it, so cash.